Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Welcome to Sara Akash. This is Vijay Lakshmi and he's my friend Pitambar.
I am profoundly honored to be a part of Sara Akash, where we witness deep adherence to Dharma.
True. The sky, for that matter nature, always remains true to itself by holding on to Dharma. Today let's explore how we the humans adhere to our Dharma, which is so crucial to the survival and preservation of civilization and maintaining balance in life.
By Dharma, we mean not only duty or righteousness, but much more than that. Dharma is, in fact, compassion, love, and respect for creation.
Dharma is not to be confused with religion. The very first sloka of Bhagavad Gita bears the great word
Yes.
Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yutsavaha mamakaha pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. Kurukshetra is called Dharma kshetra as the place has been purified by many holy sacrifices, meaning the activities performed or conducted at this place have made it a spiritual place. It guarantees that justice will be done in the Mahabharata war. That is why Mahabharata war is called Dharma Yudh.
Yes. Lord Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanang sujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Dharma is active resistance to evil. Dharma is to protect the honest, good and the wise. Dharma is to destroy all forms of evil.
It is clear Dharma is not religion.
Yes.
Religion is a faith, practice, and belief. To understand what Dharma is, let's consider former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee's advice to the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Narendra Modi, that he should hold on to Raj Dharma to protect life and property of all the citizens of Gujarat in the communal violence of 2002 when a train full of Kar Sevaks was burnt. The people of all sects and religions live in peace because of Raj Dharma that was practiced by the government at that time.
Dharma has basically three aspects: principle, intent, and action.
Principles should not be made for convenience. It should have universal appeal, devoid of any self interest or motive.
Principles are misused when intentions are not honest.
Again, the action must adhere to the principle in letter and spirit without any excuses like circumstances.
Let's take the example of Shivirana, who was put to test for his unflinching loyalty to Dharma. Indra and Dharmaraj, disguised as the eagle and the pigeon, entered his court. The pigeon, chased by the eagle, requested the king for refuge, and the king promised to protect him. And to protect the life of the frightened and the weak is the dharma of the king.
But the eagle accused the king of doing injustice to him by depriving him of his food and thereby making him go hungry. The accusation of the eagle is equally justified, as is protecting the refuge seeker. How did he keep his dharma?
He offered the equal amount of flesh that the pigeon would weigh to be cut from his body to appease the hunger of the eagle. It meant sacrificing his own life, but that is dharma. Indra and Dharmaraj appeared in person to compliment the king for his steadfast loyalty to dharma or righteousness or duty.
Dharmo rakshati rakshita. It means dharma protects those who protect it.
Yes.
It emphasizes the idea that upholding righteousness and ethical principles leads to protection and well being, while neglecting them results in anarchy. Here, dharma refers to righteousness, moral duty, ethics, and natural order of things. Take the Raja Dasarath, the king of Ayodhya, who, while hunting, mistakenly killed Shravan Kumar, the only son of his blind parents. This act was an act of adharma. He was cursed to get separated from his son as he separated Shravan Kumar from his parents.
On the other hand, Duryodhan planned to kill Yudhishthira and his brothers, the very epitome of virtues and righteousness, by putting them in a house made of wax and burnt it. But they found an escape route with the help of a rat that led them out of fire. Dharma protected the Pandavas.
Let's understand how to cultivate dharma that is all powerful, a savior and a shield. Lord Ram accepted 14 years of exile to keep the promises of his father given to Kaikeyi.
Yes.
That was the dharma of a son. That was in fact establishing a culture of dharma, that is hierarchy and respect to parents, love and sacrifice for the family, bequeathing a legacy for posterity.
Dharma can be cultivated in the family first, telling the truth, not hiding anything from the family, the father possessing the highest authority like that of a policeman, and the mother playing the role of a principal, teaching values persuasively but implementing the ideas forcefully.
Grandparents serve as the intermediary to foster unity and love among the members of the family. The children must understand the hierarchy and the role of each member to protect and preserve family values.
One of the factors that vitiates the atmosphere of the family is freedom. It is a great value, but misunderstood to such an extent that chaos, confusion, rebellious attitude, and disobedience enter into the very fabric of the family, questioning everything in the name of freedom.
Is the failure of parenting, not devoting enough time to the family, allowing indiscipline in themselves, creating precedents of adharma which the children imitate. This rift everyone must be afraid of.
The crux of the matter is imitation of so called freedom practiced by others and their narratives of how each one takes his or her decisions without interference. It may look alluring and may become an instant success, but they are the paths of no return.
It's better to invest time in our children instead of money. Time is all powerful. It helps to heal the wounds and kill the differences.
Very true.
Duryodhana was a symbol of adharma. Where did he cultivate this from? His father Dhritarashtra was blind. Mother Gandhari decided to put blinds on her eyes to follow her husband instead of keeping her eyes open to see how her children were brought up. As a result, the children followed others. The parents, instead of disciplining their children through a control mechanism, supported them, making them unbridled wild horses.
Whereas five Pandavas were strictly guided by their mother Kunti, whose words became the laws. Obedience and loyalty became their core value, united by Yudhishthira's wisdom, Draupadi's love, and Lord Krishna's timeless advice. Thus were created two families, Pandavas standing for Dharma and Kauravas standing for Adharma.
The consequence of adharma is annihilation, but dharma will ultimately triumph. Pandavas had to go through pain, suffering, and struggle to prove that, under all circumstances, they hold on to truth and dharma. Kauravas had galloping pleasure only to nosedive in their annihilation.
Dharma binds the people with discipline and freedom. Our eyes are free to see anything. Our hands are capable of doing anything. But we allow them to see and do what is good and right. We have to stop our hands from killing, inflicting violence. This is control or freedom. Freedom is not absolute. It has a limit.
The Eightfold Path of Lord Buddha prescribes right action, right speech, right thought, right understanding, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration, which denote clearly a boundary for our actions and conducts.
Freedom comes with responsibility. The responsibility binds a person to ethics and moral duty and to obey natural order of things. The family, the community, or the nation thrive long when freedom becomes the basis for rational thinking and universal well-being. It is rightly said, Yata dharma tata jaya.
Lord Ram gave chances to Ravana to correct his actions and hand over Sita Ma before he killed him. But he did not destroy the entire kingdom of Lanka. He declared Vibhishana as the king to establish Dharma there.
There is always a Lakshman Rekha or red line for a person, a community, or a nation. If you cross the red line, there are consequences for adharma, like Shishupal, who was warned not to cross the red line of making 100 mistakes. But he did, and he paid with his life.
Adharma creates anarchy. Therefore, the people who cross the red line must be punished swiftly to prevent anarchy, chaos, and disorder. The former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankad crossed the red line of trying to acquire larger than life image and paid the price of being reduced to a non-entity.
Might is right has been being practiced in geopolitics without paying attention to the rationality or reasonableness of the action of forcing weaker or smaller nations to surrender. The power speaks the language of adharma, but the countries should pick up the courage to stand up to such reckless bullying. The best example is Vietnam. A small country fought long and hard to force the US, the most powerful country, to withdraw from Vietnam.
Arrogance can be offset by courage, strategy, and patience. You must have the knowledge of the weakness of your opponent, the spot where it hurts the most.
Yes,
Duryodhana acquired immunity from his mother Gandhari's years of suffering in blindness. She was blessed with the power of immunity on the body immediately after her blindfold was removed. But Duryodhana kept his weakness hidden, which was exploited by Bhim to kill him.
similarly, a country, however powerful, has weaknesses. A country with moral uprightness can deal with a telling blow to defeat the nefarious designs of the bully. If you are on the right side, the victory is yours. But the country must be prepared to go through temporary pain and suffering until the weak spot is hit.
The bully runs out of steam sooner or later.
Yes.
You have to relentlessly pull the string until the opponent's little recklessness shows up.
Be within yourself. Cultivate values of discipline and respect.
Be always on the path of Dharma. You will live forever. Thank you for being with us. This is it for today.
We'll meet again with another idea on Sara Akash.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Namaste.
Namaste.